All right, it is Friday, May the 4th, the year 2012, and as usual, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now. Last night, Mariano Rivera tears his ACL. He's out for the year in just a fluke injury situation. He's out there shagging fly balls in batting practice, which I guess he does all the time. He takes a misstep on the warning track, tears his ACL, he's carted off, and he is out for the year. Just a terrible blow for the Yankees. I mean, the Yankee pitching staff has already been shaky this year to begin with. Now they lose Rivera. Hughes has been awful. They lost Pineda for the year. They lost Jabba for what we think is the rest of the year. So just a terrible blow for the Yankees. And going forward, this might have been Rivera's last year. He said before spring training he had made up his mind on what he was going to do after this year, but he wasn't going to tell anyone. So who knows now what he's going to do. It would be a shame if Rivera went out like this. It's amazing. He's been so durable. And if this is the way he goes out, that would just be ironic. It would just be a shame. So I expect Mariano Rivera to come back next year just because I don't think he wants to go out like this. So just a terrible blow for the Yankees. Moving right on to the NBA last night. The NBA last night, I mean, 2 games. Miami goes up 3-0 against the Knicks. They win the 3rd game in the Garden. LeBron James goes crazy. The Knicks set a record for most playoff losses in a row. 13 straight playoff losses by the Knicks. That is hard to believe that the Knicks hold the all-time record for that. I thought maybe the Knicks would get one in the Garden. Wasn't going to happen. Forget it now. Now they're just going to be swept away. I mean, they score 70 points last night. They get blown out of the building at the end of the game. And the Heat just are head and shoulders over everyone in the East, especially the Knicks. And the Heat have a clear path to the finals. And moving over to the West, Oklahoma City, they go up 3-0 against Dallas. They just dismantle Dallas. I thought Dallas, another team that was going to show some life at home. They actually could have won the first 2 games in Oklahoma City. They won neither one of them. They come home and they just get blasted. Oklahoma City up 3-0. And not to get too ahead of ourselves, but we're looking at a Miami-Oklahoma City final. I mean, I know Oklahoma City might have to contend with the Lakers and the Spurs, and that'll be tough. But I really think we're looking at an Oklahoma City-Miami final. For sure, Miami is going to be in the finals. I mean, the best team left in the East is going to be Indiana, and Miami will take care of them. Oklahoma City's road will be a little tougher with the Lakers and Spurs, but I think they will get through. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. So Oklahoma City goes up 3-0. Dallas, hey, listen, they won it last year. They lost a lot of players off that team. They'll regroup. They'll come back next year. You know, Cuban's always willing to spend money. Maybe they get Williams from the Nets if the Nets don't get Dwight Howard. So who knows? The Mavericks will always be in contention because of Cuban, and he spends a lot of money, and they have Nowitzki. So anyway, moving over to the NHL, the Devils last night with a huge win in overtime. They beat the Flyers 4-3. They go up 2-1. The Devils, just a gritty, gutty performance. They killed off a couple of power plays in the overtime sessions. And just a great job by the Devils going up 2-1 in the series. And now this is going to be a tight series. I mean, the Flyers are a little bit in trouble here. They have to get this next game or else they're going to be down 3-1. And then they have to win 3 straight. So the next game, very important for the Flyers. Very impressed with the Devils. I mean, and by the way, the crowd was great. I was worried about how good the crowd was going to be last night. The crowd was great in Jersey. There were Flyer fans in the building, but not overwhelming where they took over the whole building. I thought it may, you know, negate the home ice advantage. The Devil fans were good. They bought most of the seats, so the Devil fans did a great job. The Devils are doing a great job in this series. I'm going to stick with the Flyers still. I think they pull it out in a long series, but they have to have the next game. If they go down 3-1, they're in big, big trouble. Right now, they're okay, though. 2-1, if they win the next game, they go home with home ice. But they have to get the next game. Also, last night, the Kings keep rolling. They go up 3-0 on the Blues. Unbelievable. The Kings are the 8th seed. They're going to take out the Canucks, the 1 seed, and the Blues, the 2 seed in back-to-back series. And what a great job by the Kings coach. They win the first 2 games in St. Louis. They go home to LA, and what does he do? He puts the team up in a hotel to make it seem like a road game because they've been playing so well on the road. So great job by the Kings coach there. The Kings are flying. The goalie is tremendous. They're not giving up any goals, and they're just on a complete roll. Tonight in the NHL, I think we just have one game tonight. Nashville and Phoenix. Phoenix is up 2-1. Nashville trying to even up that series. The Rangers-Capitals play tomorrow afternoon. Capitals need this game as well. If they go down 3-1, they're in trouble. I think the Capitals will get it. I think it'll be a long series. I think the Rangers will win in 7, but I think the Capitals will get tomorrow's game. Basketball tonight. Lakers, Denver. I mean, maybe Denver gets a game, but the writing's on the wall in that series. The Lakers are going to win. Philly, Chicago. I mean, Philly's home now. It's 1-1. What are we going to get from the Bulls here? I mean, what are we going to get? Are they just going to mail it in? I don't think so. I think the Bulls and Tom Thibodeau have too much pride. They play good defense. They were blown out the other day. I think they come back and they win at least 1 or 2 in Philly, get the home court advantage back. I think they can get through the series. After that, they're in big trouble. Boston, Atlanta, this is turning into an interesting series. It's 1-1. Boston has home court now. Josh Smith, who knows about him tonight? Ray Allen, who knows about him? The Celtics get Rondo back. You got to like Boston tonight with Rondo back, with Josh Smith out. I mean, you have to like Boston home in the Boston Garden tonight. So that series changed in a hurry. In 1 quarter, that series completely flipped the other night. Moving over to the Mayweather-Cotto fight, which will be tomorrow night. I mean, I see Mayweather winning. I don't see many advantages for Cotto, and the biggest disadvantage is Mayweather's got a tremendous speed advantage. And I remember when Pacquiao fought Cotto, Pacquiao had so much more speed, and he just ripped Cotto apart. And I kind of see the same thing happening here. Mayweather's got too much speed, and I think he's just going to pick Cotto apart. I would love to see Cotto do well in this fight, and more importantly for the boxing fans, I'd love to see a close, good fight. How many good, big fights do we get? It seems like once every 5 years, maybe. So hopefully they give the fans something to cheer about. On the undercard, you got Alvarez Mosley. I mean, to me, why is Mosley still fighting? We've seen enough of him. So hopefully boxing gives you something. I'm sure if nothing else, there'll be something controversial going on. It's always some, bad decision or bad refereeing thing or some disqualification. But hopefully we get a good, close fight. Hopefully Cotto can make this respectable. I don't know. I have Mayweather winning 9-3. We will see. So that's tomorrow night. Real quick on the Kentucky Derby, and down the stretch they come. Hard to believe it's Kentucky Derby time tomorrow. I'll tell you some horses I don't like. Hanson, who's getting a lot of play, I don't think has the distance. I don't like Hanson at all. Union Rags, who is one of the favorites, I don't think he gets the distance. Daddy Longlegs out. Optimizer out. Rousing Sermon out, Trini Berg out, Perspective out, Went Well out, Petrino out, Done Talking out, Sabercat out, Liaison out. Bodemeister is going up against history. No horse has won the Derby after not racing as a 2-year-old. I don't like him either. Alpha has all sorts of gait issues. I don't like him. So the horses I kind of like. Know Daddy Nosebet is getting a lot of play, but that's the kind of the wise guy pick. I don't know about that. Usually when you have everyone jumping on the wagon, that horse doesn't do well. So Daddy Nosebet, throw him out. The horses I kind of like are Take Charge Indy. That's Calvin Burrell's horse. Calvin Burrell, as you know, won 3 of the last 5 Derbies. Dullahan, I like him. I like Creative Cause. I like Gemologist, and I like I'll Have Another. If I was to box an exactor, I would take Dullahan and Creative Cause, and the horse I like to win is Creative Cause. He's a real gritty, battling horse. He always is there in the end. He's always in the money, so I like Creative Cause tomorrow in the Kentucky Derby. I will see you guys Monday. I always have my videos up by around 1:30. We will wrap up the weekend's events and everything going on in the sports world. You guys have a safe weekend and enjoy all the games. Take care.